Hi, my stamping friends. I'm Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I I'm I'm so I'm humbled by the fact that you're here. But another thing is that basically, if you've never subscribed before, make sure that you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do go live quite often throughout the week, so make sure you press the bell and you'll get notified when I do go live on my YouTube channel. So today what I want to do is I want to start on some of my packaging for Christmas or winter packaging. It doesn't necessarily have to be just for Christmas. And I had actually done this project quite a few years ago, and I thought, oh, I'd love to go show how to do that again. Actually, it was one of my customers that said, can you please show me how to do that again? So anyways, let's go down to my desktop. We are going to be using, let's just go down to the full desktop. And this is what we're going to be making. You can tell this was done quite a few years ago just because of the embossing folder that's on there. But it's a hexagon, no, an octagon. No, a hexagon. Well, 6 sides. Ooh. Anyways, it's a beautiful box. It ties up like this. It's kind of like a star box, but it has like just different elements in it that are so nice. This is something that you could put a very special item in or that sort of stuff. So I am going to use this. I've modified it a bit. I actually had to take my box apart to see how I had done it. So let's get started on this project. Your best friend is going to be your trimmer. This one works so well, but your part that you're going to use the most and the most important part of this whole thing is your scoring blade. So let's just bring this stuff in. I've gone ahead and I've done one of the sides ahead of time, but this way at least I can show you how to put it together. All right, so you're going to need 2 pieces of basic white. I did not use my thick basic white, and the reason I didn't was it was just too thick to do this. So these pieces are 5.5 by 5 inches. I've gone ahead, like I say, and scored one of them. So this is the 5-inch side, 5.5-inch side. So on this 5.5-inch side, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some scoring. Now I have a template that I made for myself. Maybe I'll go ahead and attach that to the blog post. Remember to refer for the measurements also on my blog post as well. So the first score is going to be at 1/4 inch. So now I would have actually done this at 5 3/4, 5 by 5 3/4. However, I wanted to make sure that I could get one box out of a piece of paper. So I went ahead and just put that on the 1/4 inch score line. And I'm just going to go ahead and score that. And then we're going to score at 2 inches. Three 3/4 inches. And then we've got the other piece there. Then what you're going to do is you are then going to turn this, and this is where you're going to have that thin score line up at the top. Then you're going to go 1 9/16. And I know it sounds strange to use that type of things, but in order to make this all go together, this is the measurements I used. I could have made it a bigger box, but I wanted the smaller box. So 9/16 is 1 ticky past the 1/2 inch. So 1 9/16. Then we're going to go to 3.5. And this is going to make the middle piece a little bit different size. And then we're also going to do it at 4 5/8. And that's the scoring for that part. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of other things on here. You're going to need some scissors, but the best thing to do at this point now is to go and burnish all of these edges. So I'm just coming in with my bone folder and making sure that I burnish these edges. A lot of people say don't burnish your edge before you cut. I find it marks better, and especially if you're working on a white. Maybe what I should do is have a color down below here so that you can actually see what I'm doing. I have a piece of blue here that I could use that'll kind of show up. All right, so we have them all scored. So now what I want to do is I want to go in with my paper snips, and I am just going to go in here and cut this whole piece off, right like this, and a tiny bit of a notch there. And then I'm going, and this is where I turn, and I actually turn it because I like it to go, I like to see where I'm actually cutting this. So I'm going to cut on this side of the score line and then just notch this a bit. And this is just going to make it so that it's even for you. And I'm going to do it, go ahead and do that on the same on the other side. Just like that. So you can see it's not much on there, but that's how it's going to look. All right. Then this is another really important part is we are going to then go with a pencil and a ruler, and right up at the top here, we are going to mark this at 7/8 of an inch. And that's the halfway mark between 1.5. So I'm just going up and I'm going 7/8 right there. Go back over here and go 7/8 as well. Whoops. Right there, and a 7/8 on this side as well. And that's really important that you have that in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I went and I changed my my tip on my take your pick tool, and I moved it to the small stylus. And then all I did was I took to this first line down here and right up to the corner, and I just scored up there like so. And I'm going to score this way, but to make it easier, I found it was easier to score all one score it all one way. So I'm just going to go like that and do the same with this right from this corner here, right up to that pencil mark. And then I'm going to take it and do the same on the other side, match it up to there. So right from the corner there, right up to there. The same with this one. And the same here as well. There we go. And maybe I'll just leave that on there. So what I've got is I've got this scored here. So I'm just going to come in and use my bone folder again and just get good burnishing on that side. This is going to make that the box up at the top. It's actually a very easy way of doing this. And then let's just get it folded on the other side as well. Just like so. All right. So now I'm going to actually come in and remove those pencil marks up at the top. Okay. All right. So now we're ready to kind of start putting this together. I could put this all together and then layer the ones, but it is much better if I just take and I'm going to actually matte the inside. So I've taken some Blushing Bride and it's just going to go in on this part here. And these pieces are 1 11/16 by 1.5. And then the matted piece or the DSP piece is 1 7/16 by 1 1/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay those on here. And, you know, I could take the time and match up all this designer series paper. Like I say, I've got this on the other side as well. So let's go and we'll see if we can get them fairly matched up. So I don't really think it's going to matter because it's the box itself is mixed, so you're not going to see it. So we're going to do one there and one there. All right, so I'm going to quickly just use my glue because it's going to go a lot quicker that way. Is just put this on. And while I'm putting this all together, I can talk to you about the Join My Community promotion. There's an excellent promotion going on right now. Up here in Canada, you can spend just pay $100 for $165. And with that, you get to join my team, which is the Dragonfly Crafting Divas. And also you get to join in an awful lot of different community events. We had just finished going to a Stampin' Up on stage. And what we did was we all did it by Zoom. So it was like we were all together. And then we're talking about possibly going to the next on stage if we can do it in person. So that would be kind of a fun thing to do. But also it's a community of all the people that I know through Stampin' Up, and we have that Creativity Abounds Stampin' Up thing. Basically, it's kind of cool because you know demonstrators all from around the world. And that's the Stampin' Up community. It really, truly is a great community. All right, so we have that going on that one. And then we'll just quickly get this going here. There's also a huge sale coming on Tuesday, which is, if you're into paper crafting, and if you, oh, that would be going on now as this video is going to be going live. So anyways, so we're using this paper. This designer series paper is from Whimsy and Wonder. Who doesn't like that paper? I'm really stuck on this pink, but beautiful, beautiful paper. And then we'll just want to put this up here so we've got a little bit of a guideline to line it up to. Now I could put this box together with glue, but I really truly think that my tear and tape is going to be my best friend on this particular one, especially just putting the sides together. I'll use the glue on the bottom. I just put this like this. Just make sure that they're all even. Just going to move that down just a bit. There we go. All right, so I'm going to come in with my tear and tape. And this is where it's a little bit different because you have, it's a little narrow. So you're definitely going to want, I'm using this, my silicone mat, and I'm just going to actually put this right along here on both of these parts here. And when I take the tape off, oops, that's got the wrong end on it because I changed it for the stylus. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this part right onto the back of it. Like I'm just rolling it back onto itself. And that way you can get like two different sizes of, or a few different sizes of the tear and tape, right? Let's just put that up to there. Let's roll this back onto itself. Just like that. And then I'm going to match. Now this, I'm going to give this just a little bit more of a notch on here. It's not really, there we go. Right, so now I'm just going to line this up here, right to the top, right down to all the different score lines. Just like so. And then now I can join this together here. just going to get joined right at those score lines. And there we have our box. So there's a few other things that we're going to do before I actually put it together in the box. So these are actually going to go in like this. So what I want to do is I want to go in with a punch. Now my punch, Stampin' Up used to have punches, but now I'm going to go in and I'll just use my crocodile. Now when I go to measure this, I'm going to go partway in there. So I want the bigger punch. So just like so. And that's how that's going to work. And then I'm going to just fold that down there. And I'm going to do the same on here. I wonder if I'm easier to do it this way. Can't see this. So it's almost better to do it the way I was doing it. So I'm just going to come in there. There. I'm going to do the same on all of these here. We're kind of eyeballing that. This crocodile is really good because it goes through, because right here on the side here, we've got 3 layers, right? Let's go there. And this is what we're going to tie with the ribbon is what we're doing here. So I'm just going to go in there. See, I'm just eyeballing it. And there, but I've got the line at least where the score line was in order to get that there. There we go. Right, so that's ready for the top. So then now what we're going to do is we're just going to put this down here to get that shape. And you can see this box is just a tiny bit bigger than this box, but I wanted one that was a bit bigger. So that's why I went and altered that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my glue. And let's just put some there. I'm going to actually go across from one another at this point and do it here. And that's going to allow me to get my shape. So across here and here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put these down here. And that gives me my shape. So let's see. To go with the shape. And by using the glue, we've got a bit of wiggle room. So I want to make sure that I've got it into that shape. All right. Then what we want to do is we want to actually put a circle. So I wasn't sure on the size of the circle. Well, this would be the largest circle that you would use. You put one on the inside and one on the bottom side as well. But like I say, you just want to make sure that we've got the right shape here. There we go. And also by doing it bigger, I could use my this ribbon. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go where I don't have the seams. So I'm going to just go and start threading this through. And I love this ribbon. So just put it together. It's really quite simple to thread it. By putting the two together, you get them through at the same time. And now, depending on what you want to do, you can put a tag on here as well. Wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do with this. This is such a pretty box. Jewelry would be really nice in here. Little certain trinkets. I guess if you wanted to, you could even put this on as a table setting. Where it's an individual thing for everybody. That might be a little bit different of an idea, that's for sure. Anyways, let's just get that in there. So, all right. So that is going to, now I'm going to just cut this piece off. And I've got a big enough piece that basically I can tie a really nice bow on there and add some different stuff on there as well. So let me just put that like that. Now I thought what would be really good is to use these stitched snowflake dies. And I've cut them out of the silver. The silver metallic comes from a 3-pack of silver. I've got the light silver here. And these are what the stitched dies look like. The stitched snowflake dies. And I love the fact that they're stitched. All right, so this I'm just going to, I think I'll just tie a loose bow with this so you get the idea of what I'm doing. And I could fray this if I want, which might be an idea in itself. Now, I always say tie your bow upside down, so let me tie it that way and tie it upside down. There we go. You see what I mean by it. Just going down like this. Just going to tie it a little tighter and then just go like that. All right. So I'm going to fray some of that as well. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm just going to put some random snowflakes. And I think because this is the front, I'm going to go ahead and put this onto the front. So I'm just going to use glue. We could have used our adhesive sheets as well. But by glue, I can have certain pieces sticking up on it. They don't all have to be sticking down. And then we can go ahead and I've got a bunch of different snowflakes on here. So I've got a couple of each one of them. So we'll just go from there. And I'll just, my goodness, apologize for that. Somebody came in and turned something on in the room. All right, so let's just go and put this on. Just going to put some up at the top up there. I think we'll just go ahead and just randomly put them. Some can go up at the top or towards the bottom. Now let's see, this one's another one. I could do this up towards this side. Okay. Oops. I'm sticking to this. Or you know what else you could use on here, which might work even better, would be glue dots. So let's just go and finish this up with glue dots. So I'll just take my thing here. Yeah, I think glue dots would be the best. So I'm just going to go and stick my stuff here with glue dots. So this will go here. Oops, this will go down here. Got that going up there. I say we want to kind of do this randomly, so I have to take this one off. This can go up there. Got that. Got this one I want to put on there. Just down there. Whoops. Guess that didn't stick with the glue dot. There we go. There. These glue dots are a little bit hard to see on here. There we go. We got one there, one there. Let's put one up top there again. And one in the middle here. So I think this one could go here as well. Great. I'm hoping that's got all my glue dots on there. And of course now what wouldn't be complete if we didn't go ahead and put some embellishments on there. So let's go ahead and put on some rhinestones. And I'm going to put a rhinestone on every single one. Why not, right? And they don't necessarily have to go right on the snowflake. Use a bigger one on this one. Oops. Down here. I got this, here we go. And that would be nice with a really big one on there. So let me see if I've got, well, I don't have the real big ones. I'm all out of those. So let's put that there. There. All right. So there's my box. I think also I could have even done some silver on here. I could put some tissues in there as well. But that's my box there. And I hope you like that. It's like I say, it's great for a little gift box. Mine was a little bit bigger, smaller, the one I did last time. But I found it was harder working with the smaller to show you exactly when I do this video. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, make sure that you do ask those questions down below. And then basically what I can do is I can answer them. Also, give me the thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you do subscribe. If you are a demonstrator within Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. If you don't already have one, of course. Scrolling across the bottom is my host code. That's my current host code, but and that may change directly. Don't forget, for all the measurements, there'll be a link to my blog down below, and I do an awful lot of different things throughout the week. So I hope you'll join me in some of those different items. So I hope you will use something like this in your packaging for Christmas, or like I say, anytime. So have a great day. Bye for now.